What's your plan of action? What's the horse you getting?
Oh, it's a little slaughter auction, baby.
Probably thing. You got one of them before, didn't you?
Yeah, blame the French. They keep buying horse meat.
Why? What is that actually what they buy? Do French actually eat horse meat? See, we had that thing a while back, so we did. We had that Tesco's was doing that. They were selling horse meat and passing it off as something else. Let me see. Tesco horse.
This cod's awfully red. I don't know, bro.
Yeah. This is it. Horse meat scandal. Tesco's burgers.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, Americans.
I don't know, man.
Americans on their own don't eat fucking horse because this is something we don't do. But like the Mexicans and the Quebecian French eat a lot of horse meat, and then a lot of horse meat goes overseas.
Is it any good? Like, what does it taste like? Or is
like I said, I don't eat horse. I just don't do it. Horse is friend, not food. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Here, actually, you know what? You know what? Do you want to go over that? Will we put this into the messed up shit you've done in your game? Let us know when you're recording, and we'll just jump in.
We've been recording the entire time.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So, do you guys eat horse meat then? I have no idea. It's not something that I would go for personally. Again, horses are very friendly, but the problem I've got, cows are very friendly too, though.
Yeah, but cows are tasty, though. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. So, I'll give you the story. I don't know if I've told you this one before, Garbo. It was one of my aunties. She lived in the Philippines for like 10 years, so she did. And it was her 30th birthday, and a friend that she was living with had like chickens out the back, and she was like, "Oh, you know what? It's your birthday. You know what? We'll make a special dinner for you, and we'll have a chicken for dinner." How's that sound? She's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds lovely. That sounds great. Yeah, definitely."
She wasn't ready, was she?
No, the day comes around, and what the woman has like the chicken head like bent over the kitchen sink. It's like, "Here, go on, just snap it real quick." She's like, "No!" She's like crying and all. Honestly, again, what would your views be on that? Because like, I don't know if I'm put out for killing my own animals if it was like in a shop. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I've been hunting and I've fucking like field stripped deer before. It's just one of those things where my mind has delineations between friends and food. And horse is friend, but cows also friend and food. So like, like dairy cows, they're food, but you don't eat dairy cows. Now if it's like a steer or an Angus, you're like, Bubba, you're looking pretty fucking tasty over there. God damn. It's one of those things where the human mind can automatically delineate between food animal and friend animal, and that, and like the Western mentality in the States is you do not fuck with horses. Like for the longest time, if you stole a horse, you got hung. Like in the fucking Westerns. So it's one of those things where like horses are transport. Horses are not a food source. They're maybe an emergency food source, but like you would rather eat your friend than your horse when it comes down to it.
So to wrap this back around, because I suppose we're talking about messed up stuff you've done in your games. What about goblins? Would you eat a goblin?
What a loaded question.
Well, like, you know, at what point, like, does cannibalism, like, you know, because let's be serious.
Cannibalism, I see. Oh, yeah, that's completely different what I was talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter about cannibalism. Like, it's not cannibalism because they're different species. Yeah, but like, you know, goblin ain't friend, orc ain't friend. There's a lot of sentient races that are definitely. Or what about troll? Troll meat grows back.
Troll meat grows.
That'll not be like.
I mean, it's like like I suppose as long as there's no effects from you eating said body, like humans can't eat human meat too much, or like no, sorry, that's brains. They get prions, right?
Yeah, it's brains. Yeah.
But like, but the thing is, we can eat calf brains just fine, and monkey brains is a fucking delicacy in some places. So it's like, maybe, you know, like you're like, man, this is a long ass siege, and that orc is gonna go bad here soon. Chop, motherfucker. Like, remember like all those times where like a Japanese or Chinese city got siege, and like, well, we'll eat the fucking peasants. Fuck it. It's like,
yeah. I suppose the thing is, like, you know, if you have to factor in how starving are you? Like, you know, at what point does it get like, you know what, eating this, like, I'm sure, like, let's be serious, I'm never going to eat a lot, am I? But, you know, how hungry am I before, you know what, that looks pretty tasty, you know? Yeah. Or, like, you know, you start eating parts of an animal that you would never think of eating, ever.
Snake.
But, like, you need that, yeah. What is that? Well, again, snake eater, Metal Gear Solid. Look, enough of the tangent on horses and all that jazz. What's the most messed up stuff you've done in your game? This is a good question. I've never actually asked you.
Anyway, so this green text says, riding up north. Riding up an orphanage for a city my PCs will visit next session, trying to decide whether I want to make at least one of the owners a pedophile or not.
I mean, like, okay, you know what? Look, okay, you know what? I've been working on Burger Punk again, so I have, because everything's bottlenecked. And one of the concepts I want to work on is a bit of like sanity mechanics. And it's kind of tied to going corporate. If you're not born into like a corporate family, you don't stand a chance. So therefore, like, you know, do you have to do like some Epstein Island sort of stuff? Do you have to like do some stuff like a pig's head? You know, is there some form of blackmail or initiation ceremony? So I did put that stuff in, you know, because again, I can't say for the validity of how true it is, but we all know that there is certain things that people do that if they want to get into certain groups, or it's a correct word, so I don't get into trouble.
You're on your own with this one,
look, you guys know exactly what I'm on about. Let's keep going. Well, wait, what's all this about?
You must sexually pleasure this burger for entering our fucking corpo. Yeah. So GMs, what are your most fucked up thing you've written into one of your games? Or what's the most immoral, psychotic thing you've done as a player? The kind of stuff that if you were caught doing it IRL, you'll probably get the chair. And even if you didn't get the chair, you definitely at least deserve it.
I can't think of anything.
Really? When you burnt down that entire fucking town?
That wasn't that bad, and that was by mistake. That wasn't on purpose.
That was the whoopsie poopsie. Okay, it's different.
Yeah. That was a whoopsie daisy. Okay. I think this like motivation is key when it comes to like evil acts. Okay. If it's a byproduct, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. It wasn't like that big of a deal. You guys can make do. All right. It's not that big of a deal.
These peasants are overreacting. Clearly.
Why do they need shelter? What's that about? You know what? I fixed their town by getting rid of the rat infestation. You know, think of all the what diseases do you get off rats? Like there was probably going to be like a Black Death outbreak any day there. If you think about it, I kind of saved them.
I think the El Skeleton Party and the child suicide bombers. That was a thing. I forgot about those.
Oh god. Right, okay, look, let's keep going. We'll bring that up later, will we? And Superior Milan ones. Monster type, bio horror type power, 8 blades, like 8 blades.
There we go.
Okay, let's go with this one. Let me zoom out of touch.
I never actually got to employ this, but I had an NPC in my teen superhero game turned pretty fucked up after a PC ruined his life. Be pyrokinetic, bad childhood, injure yourself and others. Multiple hideous burn scars. Abandoned my parents. Live in the foster system for a while. Keep running away from home. Eventually fall in with a traveling circus run by a kindly dwarf, medical, and his small band of team performers. Like a superhero dwarf, like he's a mighty dwarf. He's just a regular dwarf. You're not special anymore.
He's just like a Peter Dinklage type.
King of the dwarves.
It's not like the cool type of dwarf, like not like a fancy dwarf. It's just straight up deformity. Sadly,
I love how pissed everyone is at fucking Peter. Who named you king of the fucking dwarves?
Yeah,
fucking love it. But
yeah, it was a good one.
All of them freaks like you fall in love with a girl with wings, beautiful, colorful, gossamer wings like a butterfly. Eventually, some others join in and become like a family. Have a job where your strangeness is praised as beauty. Free room and board with a traveling circus. Goofy circus owner father figure. Mysterious mass ringmaster's a dick, but who cares? Life is good for a while. New guy comes to the circus. Some sort of walking tree-looking motherfucker. Creepy as all hell. Looks uncannily like a cryptid you know from internet memes. Turns out he's a mutant freak like you. Little aware of you at first because fire and plants. Your girlfriend really likes him. Almost sisterly in the way she treats him. Decide not to hold it against him. You even offer some advice in private before his first performance. He's a natural, pun intended. Does a beautiful routine, creating life all around him with ease. Decide you like this guy. Literally, he's been there for a week before the circus gets shut down. Find out after the fact that boss man was being strong-armed by some supervillain. Ringmaster was some gravity villain from the 60s or some shit. Villain gets away with a bunch of stolen tech, your father figure gets nailed for it. The freaks get split up. Young ones pulled back into foster care, the rest just dropped on the street. Try to stick together, but eventually everyone goes their separate ways. Even your girlfriend ends up leaving to go be with her shitty family.
Yeah, That's not that bad. What's the fucking gurning by here?
Is there more? There it is, yeah. There's gotta be more.
Oh,
damn, double dubs? This fucking guy.
Right.
Fucking base double dubs?
Yeah, that's not bad, huh?
Alone again. Only now you had something to lose. Shit's fucked. Find out from the circus owner that Plant Freak is on a hero team with another guy who snuck in and snitched on the circus. Decide this other guy is to blame. Stalk, they're dating. Gross, but not why you hate this prick. Find out he's a former protege of some master thief villain on probation with the super cops. And he did all this. Fucked up your life and all the other freaks for a good word with the fucking committee. This fuck has zero empathy, zero selflessness, probably doesn't even deserve to call himself a hero, utterly consumed by hate. Not even rational hate or a need for revenge. Decide you're going to completely ruin his life. Burn yourself if you think about anything else. Put on a mask and a black costume. Make him suffer. Hurt his family. He's got a brother and sister. Hurt his friends. He still has friends? After he fucked over his tree boyfriend's only father figure and his new job? Destroy everything he loves. Not for revenge, not for justice, for hate. Drag him down to your level. Reduce him to the same empty, wretched, hate-filled creature you are. And when all he has is hate for you, when you and him are the same, beat him with experience. Like an actual proper, like bad guy arc.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, again, it kind of works for like superhero sort of stuff, you know? I've never done that. I don't think so. Have you ever had any, like, revenge thoughts go on? There's only one I can kind of think of, but even then it wasn't, like, proper, you know what I mean? I've never had, like, a nemesis per se.
I mean, I created the nemesis for the players in an old 5e game, but, you know, like, it was okay. Like, I had fun doing it, because I could literally just fucking pick on these dudes for forever. Like, I fucking hate this NPC so much! Like, it's kind of fun making someone hate a guy who doesn't even fucking exist, is made up. It's like, I fucking hate this guy! He's freaking out. And, like, it derailed the entire campaign for like 2 months as they tried to like get their revenge on this fucking dude. Players start working for a merchant. One of them realizes the merchant/slaver deals in stolen goods and traffics people. The slaver tells them to raid a local gang's hideout and bring back all the treasures within, giving a big wink to the player who knows he's a slaver. Party finds a little elf boy amongst all the treasure. They give him to the slaver. PC see the slaver later talking to a priest of a local death cult. The boy disappears by the next morning and is never seen again. 5 years later, one of the players asked me what happened to that kid, and I told her that kid had maybe the worst 24 hours that anyone could have. Oof.
Nice. So you got sold to Wayfair then?
Fucking Alibaba.
Yeah. Oh my god. Does Alibaba have that thing where, have you seen any of that, Corpo?
I've not.
Wayfair with human trafficking.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, like, you know what? Yeah, let me show you this. Right, hold up. Let me just show you this. No, it's not human. Yeah, you can see some of this sort of stuff. So pretty much what Wayfair does is, I had a few of this. They're still doing it. They're selling like mats for like tens of thousands, like really basic mats. Like, but they've got like children's names, so they do.
Jesus.
You ever seen any of this?
I haven't.
It's wild. I did a video on this on Gumload, so if any of you guys are interested in like actually being able to talk about it, it'd be pretty sweet, because like, you know, that's just schizo ramblings. Like, you know, human trafficking doesn't exist in, like, you know, the Western world. What are you guys talking about? It isn't real. Don't be silly. It's not a thing.
No one would ever do this for money. Like, have you not seen humanity in any form in the last, I don't know, 3 million years?
Yeah.
Like, of course they would.
The thing is, like, you know, when you look at like slavery and stuff like that, right, human trafficking and all that sort of stuff, it's the norm throughout human history. We are the abnormal for not wanting it. Does that make sense? You know, and there's no guarantee that it was ever going to stop. And that's like the spookiest bit to me about it all, you know. But anyway, look, let's keep going. Like, is there anything actually worse than human trafficking though? I would argue that slavery is up there for like one of the worst acts you can play.
I think like actively harvesting a person's body and selling the pieces, like hair and organs and shit, like that kind of creeps me out. How they'll steal somebody and then sell off their bodily giving goods. Like, yeah, since you're just some homeless guy, I'm gonna take your spleen out and your fucking liver. Fuck you. And the guy's like, yeah, they're literally harvesting human beings, like, well, at least with an animal, you just eat the meat. That's something.
Well, we do like, there is a lot you do get out of animals. Like, I think most cattle, I think like 60% of the animal is sold off as meat, and then the rest is used. Like, there's only like 2% of like cattle that isn't used for anything. You know what I mean? Like, what's the whole thing like horses and glue? Back on topic, I suppose.
I guess, but yeah, it's one of those, like, I don't know. It's like I feel someone saying, "Well, it's not. If you can just harvest an animal, you can harvest a human, right?" Yeah, but like animals aren't paying taxes or making art or like fucking. They're not human, all right. There's a reason why we're talking about food chain.
Yeah, pretty much. And even then, like, one of the weirdest ones is you don't even need to be like a nice animal per se. You just need to be like nice, like looking to humans. Like, like prime example, polar bears. Polar bears are adorable. Oh my god, they are probably the most like brutal animals.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
is there a more brutal animal that's as nice looking? I can't think of any other animal that's as nice looking as a polar bear, but as, what's the right word? Not vicious per se, but brutal. Would that be the right word? Visceral. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, definitely. Have you ever watched any of them videos from like Russia where there's like people being like attacked by bears and you see what's like left of the bodies?
Oh yeah, it's pretty fucked.
God, it's like pulp. It's pulp. Like, it's genuinely like, oh my god, please. That's definitely up there. Like, what worst ways to die? I think being eaten alive by like a bear would definitely be up there for like horrible ways to go. For like a cat or like anything like that.
Is it a cat?
Well, like, like a tiger.
Oh,
or,
a large cat. Gotcha.
Like, yeah, like a jaguar. You know what I mean? Like one of those sorts of animals.
Well, at least cats usually go for the neck. Yeah, that's at least,
yeah, that's true.
That's at least something. Like, you'll bleed out fast.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay. So my cats have got like cats are fucking right. So one of them is useless. He can't catch anything. Like, absolutely nothing. And he went through a big phase of bringing worms into the house. I'm like, man, really, worms? Is this the best you can do? That's embarrassing.
Oh, he's out catching worms like a mouse.
Yeah, he catches worms, like brings them into the house.
Look,
yeah,
father, I'm hunting. You dumb mother.
But the other cat's amazing. He can get anything, like genuinely anything. But he went through a weird phase. So, like, okay, yeah, we're constantly finding you bring in mice and birds and all the usual stuff. But he went through a phase of bringing in frogs, but the frogs were untouched. Like, it was like his frog friends that he would just bring in from time to time.
I brought in Jeff, and we're gonna hang out and watch TV.
Like, have you ever got that? Have any of your animals ever like brought in like a live animal or brought home like a friend?
They have dropped off snakes in the house when they got bored of it. That's pretty fun. Like wake up and look at oh, hi there. And they're like, help! I'm stuck in your house. Help! Like, all right. So, I just had a brain blurb of perhaps, in my opinion, the two worst ways to die besides bear, which is up there. Actually, throw it 3. Sucked into a fucking whale by accident would freak me out because you're gonna live long enough, right?
Yeah, that's a horrible one. Yeah, that's definitely up there.
Giant snake, constrictor snake. Because, like, with a venomous snake, you're going to die pretty quick to the venom. But, like, constrictors, you're alive. Your brain's alive all the way when that thing goes swallow your fucking... Like, so even if you're fucking dead, your brain's still hopping and popping. You're going to watch that snake swallow your fucking head whole. So that's fucking terrifying to me.
Has anyone ever, like, stabbed their way out of a snake, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Well, the thing is, because when a constrictor constricts you, you're dead when it starts eating you. I've owned constrictors for a long time as pets, whether it's like corn snakes, whatever else, and they literally just squeeze you to death. And once you're dead, then they eat you. So unless you're able to fake being dead really well, you're not gonna have a chance to stab your way out of a fucking snake. And then the third one is being eaten whole by a giant reptile, like a T-Rex, or like those fucking shits from Skull Island, those giant fucking lizards.
Yes, yeah. Or what do you call the wee tiny ones from? Was it Jurassic Park 2?
Oh, fucking.
Do you know the one I'm on about?
Not pikeys. What are they called? Let's see, tiny.
I can't pikeys. That's not.
I know.
Term,
tiny dinosaur. Jurassic
Park 2.
Compies.
See,
I knew it was something like that. Like, it's not pikeys, it's compies.
Yeah, well, there we're not far off. That, or like, honestly, the obvious one is like burden alive. That's definitely up there. Anything that's drawn out is pretty. It's going to be pretty.
That's drawn out. Like, let's make it. Just get over with, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, like I've tried to explain this to a few of my friends because they asked me. It's like, so what's it like? Like, whenever like they're giving birth or whatever. And I said, like, honestly, it's not that bad. It's just it takes like, because like, you know, for Ozzy being born, it was like 30 hours. So like it's just really stressful for being like under stress for like 30 hours. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just how long it goes on for. Say if it was like an hour and a half, no issue. It wouldn't be that, you know what I mean? They'll be like, all right, okay, yeah, it's pretty stressful, but it's not that bad. But like whenever you're like sleep deprived and all that sort of stuff, then it starts to get like, oh sweet Jesus, you know? Oh god,
the blood just keeps coming, and my god.
Oh my god, no, the worst one was, see, this really freaks me out straight up. They asked me to cut the bill record, and I'm like, no, there's something about that sort of stuff really gives me the heat. It actually turns me. It makes me want to throw up, just all that sort of stuff.
That reminds me when D&D 5e game, I made the players help give birth to a baby and they fucked it up.
Oh my god, what do they do?
More or less, they thought I was kind of letting them just you know what, they'll figure it out. And so they're going through the motions, and like they just roll really poorly, and they're like, hey, she's fucking flatlining, you know. And they decide they gotta try and pull this baby out.
How badly did it go?
Neither survived. So I'll say that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Those guys were like, that party was terrified of any pregnant woman that was near them, dude. They're like, nope, I'm not helping.
I mean, like, they've got a track record of not being able to pull it off. You know, maybe it's for the best. Maybe they shouldn't be involved.
Actually, the track record says otherwise, in case you're curious.
Okay, fair enough.
If you get what I'm putting down there.
Yeah.
Hey yo guys, cost of living crisis and all that. You don't want to pay for models? Well, we got some paper models.
Which are like a fraction of the price.
Like fraction of the price. And who actually wants to carry about a bunch of goblins? Nobody.
I mean, like, come on. Like, everyone's going to need a bunch of goblins. But how do you carry that? How do you transport that? And if any of you guys have transported models any length of time?
You put it in a Pokemon binder and you take it with you. If you're interested in it, check this video out. It'll explain everything to you. And if you really want to, the link to the Kickstarter's down below and it'll explain it. And if you like it, back it.
Also, we do have some free ones, so you can go ahead, print them out yourself if you like them, you know.
Everybody likes free shit, so just go and try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Also, the winner of the daily giveaway is this guy. Yay, woo!
Look, anyway, in for a chance to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, automatically entered in.
And to claim the prize, you just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Let's go back to the video.
Right, let's go with this one here. Well, darkness always hits harder when it's a little bit realistic.
One of my proprietors of the orphanage was a childhood friend who struck it rich as an adventurer. Every 6 years or so, he adopts some nubile thing who is rarely seen in public, and they were very good friends. Wandering away in darkness until one day disappear. And a wealthy former adventurer comes back and adopts another one. Usually one of the older kids who have a hard time of getting adopted anyways. The proprietor suspects what is happening. After all, he knows what the adventurers was like as a kid. But now that the adventurer is a local hero, would the guards or headmen even believe if he were able to level an accusation? Even if they did, the man's a former adventurer. Unless he came quietly, he could easily kill half the guard. For that matter, the former adventurer donates a substantial portion to the orphanage. His time and money helps pay for repairs and services the kids would never get otherwise. So the proprietor looks the other way. And if that murder machine former childhood friend should ask for a favor, like nocturnal access or making sure some kid never shows up in the paper record, he takes care of it. Just a dash of realistic motives. You don't need a novel, but it's like salt for a soup. It brings out the other flavors to life. Otherwise, you have something like where my dragonborn revenant found a baboon in a nightgown and a bonnet in the Demogorgon's tower and determined to sexually assault it, chase it out of a window. What?
Why?
Oh,
what? One of them is not like the others.
So he found a baboon in a nightgown and a bonnet and was determined to sexually assault it, chase it out of a window, from which it had been thrown itself in an attempt to commit suicide unsullied and raped it on the way down before they both struck earth and sea. What in the fuck? So, number one, the baboon tried to keep its babussy unsullied and jumped out a fucking window. Imagine being that baboon going, finally, I'm seeing that fucking dragonborn just jump out after you. Fuck! You were falling down to the ground like, all right, at least my babussy is safe. And then some dragonborn goes, not today! And like, suicide jumps after you. Like, what the fuck?
Hey. Honestly, yeah. No, well, the other one just gives me like Bill Gates vibes, not gonna lie. But like, let's keep going because I don't want to get into trouble. I've already got hit.
I got hay in my teeth.
So. Garber says, I'm not Megan's dream of you, whatever she.
No,
like,
what?
She imagines you have like Red Dead Redemption, and it's like you got hay. Come on, Garber, come on. You're living meme at this point.
Man, come on, man. You gotta do me like that, man. Fuck, man.
Right, okay. Let's keep going. Be me, be in high school. Okay.
Creative artist. Read about 1800s American industry and British industry. Oh, horror show. Oh, Jesus.
Well, you know what? So this is something that kind of gets me. So I was reading a lot about this sort of stuff, and I think there's a big difference between... So England industrialized way quicker than like anywhere else, and see like the working life of like peasant farmer going in to work in like a factory in like the late 1700s, early 1800s, to like the American going off to work for Henry Ford in the 1920s. There's a big fucking difference, guys. That's all I gotta say. Like, you know, there's a huge difference. You know, I would argue.
Why is our break room got nooses in it? That's weird.
I would argue that honestly, the industrialization of the British Isles, we still have the psychological impact today, because you need to remember what they did was they ended up like it was a farming land, you know what I mean? Like they gathered it up, everyone from the countryside, bring them all to the cities, line them all up, put them in to these horrible working conditions. You know, it wasn't good. You know what I mean? It really was not good. That's all I gotta say. But like, let's see what's their ideas for horrible.
So read about economics, the rise of industry, manufacturing. Decided to be Carnegie Rothchild, artificer wizard.
I made a Batched Loyal in World
I
War.
am the Rothschild. Phoebe the Young.
That was a Rothschild. Right, let's keep going.
DM says I could attempt to industrialize. Keep track of finances like how much businesses make, operating costs, and overhead. Party thinks it's funny to see a financial stockbroker in a fantasy. Write down problems in a middle-aged society needs solved. Eventually create an assembly line for bill hooks. Create 200 bill hooks a day at a positive financial flow. Save enough capital to buy a plot of land for excavation. Use dark magic to replicate currency and make a virus to destabilize a gold by having it replicate by 10 every month. Inflated value goes up. Party what the fuck at a pint of ale now costing 10 gold. Market collapse. Create private land holding trust for crusading paladins. Allow me to form medieval HOAs and start stealing land from nobles to use in communal property development and buying up plots of land for very low cost. Create a new blank with fiat currency and stock market ran by me and my wizard cabal. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love checking spells.
Oh, I love that.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
This is, you know what? Honestly, this is probably the most evil one yet.
Yeah, HOA.
Worse against
strict to hell.
Yeah. To be fair, though, honestly, your ones aren't half as bad. Like our one, the council depends on where you live.
Oi, bruv, is that roof actually straw?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to get into it. Everyone like
you
know what?
Needs replacing.
See, when it comes to like government overhead, the only time I can think of an example of where I want the government to step in and fix something is like the health ban, and that's it. You know, you watch enough like Indian street food videos. And it's like, you know what? Maybe
dude, don't even bring that shit up. Fucking hell.
Have you seen that? I watched one the other day where a guy was like cutting an onion with his toes.
I saw that. He had a knife in his foot. It was cutting shit with it. Yeah.
Like, you know what? Maybe as much as I despise the government, maybe health inspectors and that sort of thing, maybe I'm completely on board with health men when it comes to like sanitation of food.
Oh god, I'm shitting my guts. I'm gutting. My guts are everywhere. Oh god, I'm shitting and pissing at the same time. Please God help me. Okay, so claim king is anti-elf medic and that more power should be given to the people. Really? Kidnap dwarven engineers and keep their families hostage should be R&D team in Pocket Dimension. They develop the steam engine and the automatic loom. Create the first textile mill factory, 2,000 unskilled workers, all orc labor. Party is realizing what I have done. Fast forward 10 years in game, and I have control of a firearms manufacturing plant, 2 textile mills, 2 steel mills, and all worth their weight in live leak footage. Elves leave forest due to war, where we made flying golems that drone strike them. Dwarves are exiled out of shame, losing their mining operation to machinery and cheaper labor. Necromancers can't do magic due to me taxing magic if you aren't in my guild to keep financially sandbagging them. Party has turned on me, and I became the BBEG.
Do you think you could implement this character into your Veil Lighters?
Anti-elf medic. It's interesting.
I like that. I think, you know what? That's probably the most evil one yet.
The Rothchild.
But like, honestly, see, the problem that I've got is like what would your views be on Garbro? Like, for me, don't get me wrong, modernity has been great in some regards. Like, there's some things that have happened that you can't deny are great. People are able to live longer, like, you know, childhood deaths are all-time lows, and we have access to the internet. Just me and you being able to talk together like to minute and communicate over thousands of miles, kind of insane. However, what have we lost from that? You know, there's been a lot, and I would argue the biggest thing that we've ever lost is community, if it were, you know.
Yeah, like local community.
Yeah, I think that was the ultimate. And the thing is, I don't think, because we're evolved, we're social creatures, and to destroy any form of local community is almost a death sentence of the soul. Would that be fair to say?
I don't know. It's a double-edged blade where people enjoy the expansion of the human experience. You can talk to anyone around the world that you want to, as long as they're online. However, you tend to look beyond the people around you, and you tend to overindulge on the faraway things instead of indulging in the close line things like your local community or your family, for that matter. It's just, I don't know. It's like, it's good, but it's also bad.
Yeah, double-edged sword, to say the least. I think the biggest problem I would have is, so say, for instance, say some guy who's incredibly lonely, like, you know, someone who has no close friends whatsoever, maybe very little family, all that sort of stuff. Instead of going out and actually like finding people like in real life, it's very easy to just have like online friends. And don't get me wrong, like, Garber, you're my best online friend, all right? But do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry.
You still need IRL friends, like, and I think a lot of people are
all
very.
You need is me.
All you need is Garbo and Garbo's hotline. But you guys get where I'm coming. Yeah, please help. Anyway, look, let's keep going. We'll do 1 or 2 more, then we'll wrap up. So does that sound like a plan?
Let's see. DM horrified about what I was doing when I said I wanted to legalize child labor and refuse church tithes. They tried pulling the revolution card on me. Ran over the paladin in a tank. Church tried to magic my ass. They got lit up by not French mercenaries and their pope in a mock trial, only for him to be shot in the back of the head and dumped in the river. Church loses all credibility due to them not having a leader. Party is hired by church. Set bounties on their heads. Drones strike their kin and families. Had hired mercenaries commit forced genocide and burnt insta ash because they didn't understand taxes. Just let mercenaries run into other struggling kingdoms and ask for the kingdom to join increasing my workforce and overall production. Shoot orc unionists and create mass graves for political reformers and religious leaders. This is China. He's just being China.
Yeah, this is again.
This is just China.
What have they done? Ironically, is
Party feasibly could not win due to me becoming a Leviathan. They gave up and left Pittsburgh.
Oh no! You know what? I saw the most horrible one a wee while back. It was like I think it was on Facebook, if I remember, and there was people complaining about why is it in fantasy dwarves all have like Scottish accents, and like realistically they probably should have like Scandinavian accents. The problem is Scandinavian accents tend to sound like kind of silly in English. Let's not track ourselves. Yeah, like, come on, like, look, I don't, like, a lot of you guys
to the mine and smack the rock.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same feel. But then I saw one guy saying, like, why do we not, like in Dragon Age, where the dwarves all have American accents, why do we all just give them, like, Pittsburgh accents? Like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Hey, I'm dwarven ye.
To me, that's just, it hurts my actual soul. Like, I couldn't think of what would be the worst accent you'd give to, like, any fantasy.
Where's a dwarf gotta go to get a good gabagool around here?
You know what? I use the Joey Diaz voice all the time.
Joey Diaz.
I fucking love it. It's like, oh gosh, there's something about Joey Diaz's voice. I think it's so funny. You know, I really enjoy it. But
be a shame if Joey Diaz fan about this, but no. Okay.
Anyway, we'll do one or two more.
This is a good one.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sure. All right. I write a lot of fucked up things into my games for a variety of reasons. To create pathos, to give the players opportunities for their alignment choices to mean something, and for them to define for themselves who their characters are beyond those alignments. And because I generally like fairly grim and shitty worlds, because then even the simplest things the players do can be given a noticeable positive knock-on effect, that helps me establish / them feel like their actions can actually affect the setting. My brother in Christ, who's a period. They're not just dungeon diving and XP grinding in a static world. There you go, there's that period. And admittedly because I'm into it, but I try to avoid throwing something in just because it gets me hard. On the occasion I do, it's usually just foreshadowed, not shoved in the players' faces.
Alright, okay. So what do you do?
PCs wanting to find more lucrative work, trying to cozy up to people who can get them closer to the nobility / king. Their chosen target after some info gathering is an influential veteran knight who has an almost suspiciously good reputation, yet is growing too old to serve actively in the current war and spends most of his time as a bodyguard, experienced strategy advisor to the king. Dealing with his squire, a toned half-elf girl. Also should have been somewhat suspicious considering the last war was against the elves. Off scene with a skilled healer with him. One of them passes a passive perception check and notices the way she keeps tucking her sleeves down so they don't ride up. Doesn't really pick up / follow on it. Has large scars encircling her entire arm just below the shoulder. Knight was less a hero, more a war criminal with good publicity because he got shit done and the king wanted to keep home front morale high and get ahead of any rumors of the shit his best knight did. Can't go rape and pillage anymore, so he took the half-elf on and has been slowly graduating from training to just outright physical abuse. His healer buddy is there to cast Regenerate on the severed limbs. Oh, interesting.
Okay. You know, you always have to wonder about that. You know, I wonder how often like that happened throughout human history. Like, so say there's a war going on, and it's a pretty nasty war, and there's a lot of like extreme bad, like really bad blood to the point of like, you know, it's going to take a minimum of 100 years for like any of these feelings to like dissolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How often was like the torture of war prisoners or conquered peoples? Like, you know, how common was that?
Well, if you go by the Roman standards, pretty fucking common.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is, like, now, even with their, like, conquered peoples, like, you know, a lot of their conquered peoples, like, integrated quite well. Like, you know, there's a lot of, especially in the later periods, there's a ton of, like, Gallic generals and commanders in the Roman armies, you know? So, like, also, it's one of those ones where it just depends on how long you're part of the empire before you're allowed to, like, integrate, per se.
I mean, the Colosseum was staying by the gallons in terms of, like, capture people. Like, you know what? Go fight the Colosseum. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, again, like, you know, look, it's one of those ones, again, I feel like, Garbo, how much would you pay to watch blood sports? Because I would easily pay
You
for that.
should not ask me that question. I'm all for, like, oh, you have a life sentence? That's weird. How about you go fight in the Colosseum there, bud?
I would be, like, honestly, you know what? Can we not just set this up? It's like, right, okay, you fight in the Colosseum, like, can we have, like, an unironic, real battle royale? Have you ever seen that movie Condemned?
Yeah, I've seen Condemned.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's cheesy as fuck, so it is, but it's great, so it is. If you guys haven't watched Condemned, just go watch Condemned. It's really fun. But, you know, why not? Like, you know, last one standing, you know what? Maybe we're gonna exile you to, like, the third world or something.
No. They stay in jail, but you get my mini fridge. like they can slowly update their cell to be like a Gucci cell. Like if you kill real good in the killing rings, you get like a TV and like internet to go on 4chan shit post.
Okay. All right. Okay. How about this? If you win, then you get like a Norwegian jail cell.
A comfy one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was watching one the other day, and it was some guy was doing a game show, and it was like it was, can you guess the difference? Is this a New York apartment or a Norwegian jail cell, or just a Scandinavian jail cell? And I thought it was actually quite a good. I thought, like, you know what, that's actually pretty funny. Not gonna lie, that's a good take on it. But anyway, look, I think that's where we wrap up for today. Yeah. You want to do anything else now?
That's good for me.
Yeah, we'll wrap up. This is enough. So it is. Garbu's got a lot on, and he's going to go save a horsey. So he is. Yeah.
Hooray!
No more horse meat.
No. No more baby horse meat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before we finish up, though, I just want to say Paper Mini Kickstarter is almost finished. If you haven't made up your mind, you're going to have to make up your mind very quickly, because it's only on for like another like 4 or 5 days or so. So go ahead, check that out. If it's something you're interested in, like, you're probably not going to be able to get. If you like to play with stuff on the table and you don't want to spend an absolute fortune, this is the cheapest method available to you.
I need 10,000 goblins. I don't want to pay for 10,000 goblin miniatures. Yeah. What could I possibly do to help alleviate this problem?
Exactly. So look, we've got free stuff. Go ahead, download them yourself. You can print them out, see what you think of it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Garbu, do you have anything to shell?
I'm currently making maps and finalizing artwork in the books, so we should be on track for December. Open.
Hey, that sounds good.
And in case you're wondering, I've added wands and all kinds of fun shit. Like there will be a wand of testicular torsion. That is a thing. People want that in the game. So it's be a rare wand where you just give it a twirl and you twirl your enemy's balls in a fucking corkscrew. It's just fun. It's fun.
Barbro, can you please put in a DV Crockett, please?
For God's sakes, why?
Please. Because
why is the air so spicy right now, man?
Look, all I'm saying is, like, you know what? If you don't make it, I'm gonna make it anyway. How does that sound? I had this. One of the guys was asking me on Discord, and I said, you know what? I'm really tempted to make a book, all the shit for Garbu's system that he says, no, James, you're not allowed to have.
No, James, like, you can't have a handheld tactical nuke. Fuck you! I put my own game with blackjack and hunters.
I'm really tempted to just like make like a short one. It would be like a PDF, like, you know, just a few pages of just shit that I know that would wind you up. You know what I mean? Anyway,
you would too, wouldn't you, son of a bitch?
Yeah, attempt. Here, look. All I'm saying is it would be still kind of funny. You can't say it wouldn't be.
Hey,
I'm okay with that.
Why are you buying a fucking ticket to Ireland? I said probably gonna take care of it. It's fine. I'm gonna go see James. It's fine.
Yeah, look. All I'm saying is, like, you can do it to me. I'm want you can do some. What's the next book coming out? Next one's going to be Class War. That's going to be the next one, because it's finished. The writing's done for it. It's just artwork that needs done. So once this Paper Mini sorted out, actually no, to come to think of it, the next one's actually Deck of Many Triggers, but that's like pretty much done in my eyes. You know, it's just.
I can just picture James in his house. He's sitting there having a nice fig, and he hears. From down the street. What the fuck?
I'm
calling you out, James.
Can you show up though? But can it be in like one of those like old Western wagons? You know, like with the white,
an actual covered wagon.
Yeah, one of those things. Like, you know, like what it can be like that 1700s sort of like traveling west sort of.
Gotta borrow
vibes,
like a.
You know what I mean?
I like borrow a Welsh cop from down the street. Like, I borrow your horse, sir. I gotta do a meme with my friend.
Right, anyway, look, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let us know what fucked up shit have you got up to, and let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.